Now, every move recorded and every gesture analyzed, every skill copied. Across factory floors in India, workers are now unknowingly becoming teachers to the next generation of the AI-powered robots. From textile technicians in Nagpur to women workers in Tamil Nadu, employees are wearing smart cameras and recording devices that track every hand movement, every machine adjustment, every human instinct. The goal? Well, to train humanoid robots to think, move and work like humans. But behind the technological revolution lies a disturbing question. Are the workers helping build the very machines that could one day take away their jobs? Every morning in a textile factory in Nagpur, 30-year-old machine technician Ashish Narayan straps a recording device to his forehead before beginning the work. The tiny camera captures everything he does: how he fixes machines, how he adjusts loom tensions, how his fingers carefully handles delicate fabric. And for hours, the device records every movement from his point of view. Now, this is called egocentric data, the first-person recordings designed to teach robots how humans perform physical tasks. AI and robotics companies across the world are now racing to collect millions of hours of such human behavioral data. The aim is simple: build humanoid robots capable of working in factories, warehouses, hospitals, and even homes with human-like precision. Ashish Narayan says, and I quote, "To me, it feels like working in your own grave while making your own casket," unquote. Narayan fears the recordings may eventually make workers like him redundant. Experts say robots still struggle with the subtle human instincts, the pressure of a grip, hand coordination, reacting to movement or texture changes. And that is why companies are harvesting real-world human behavior to train machines. A recent report says robotics firms may need up to 1 billion hours of such training data over the next few years. In another textile factory in Tamil Nadu, women workers are wearing Meta smart glasses to record how they pack products with speed and precision. And the data is reportedly being collected by US-based AI data solutions company Objectwares. Now, the company gathers the labels and sells this behavioral data to robotics labs developing humanoid machines. Workers recording such videos are reportedly paid between 250 rupees to 350 rupees per hour. Some even record tasks from home, cutting vegetables, washing utensils, and folding clothes, all essentially to help machines learn human behavior. But workers say that they are often left in the dark. Many do not know where the footage goes, who owns it, or how it may eventually be used. For many employees in insecure jobs, refusing participation is not even an option. The bigger concern is not just automation, but ownership of human intelligence itself. Workers are no longer just making garments or fixing machines. They are now generating data based on years of experience, muscle memory, and instinct. Data that could someday power machines smarter than themselves. My colleague Karthik Malhotra joining me right now to get us more details on the story. Well, Karthik, this is absolutely stunning what we are looking at right now, human data being collected to train humanoid and robots. Their concerns are genuine that where is all this data being used? Who is going to be the owner of all these data? We know about certain companies, but does it also mean, like Ashish Narayan said, that he is digging his own grave?
Do they have a choice, Samya? I think that's a big question, because at the end of the day, there is this big tech and there are these robotics manufacturers who want to integrate artificial intelligence with robots and really make sure that going forward, robots can do the work that human beings do. Now, the point is that workers who are in any case working on minimum wage, do they have the option to say, no, I'm not going to wear this device, I'm not going to let you record something which is going to pretty much, like you quoted, dig their own career graves going forward? The unfortunate reality is that they don't have a choice. They don't have that bargaining power, available with them to be able to say no. But it's not the first time, Samya, and I can bet on it's neither going to be the last time that such videos are going to surface. In fact, about a month back, there was another apparel textiles company in which, again, you were seeing shots of sewing happening and a camera mounted on the forehead of multiple workers, all in a bid to train artificial intelligence, which will then be integrated into robotics. Because, like it or not, robots are actually finding it quite hard to do the work that human beings do, simply because all the machines that we have, including the computers, the devices, the mice, the keyboards, the shortcuts that we use, are all designed for human beings. It's difficult for robots, for example, and even the advanced ones like Unitree is a robotics company in China which is making the most advanced robots who are running marathons, beating human beings to it. But, a simple task of, let's say, pulling up the blinds in a room is something that robots find really hard to do. So, at some point, I think, this is perhaps a stopgap measure where robots will be trained to replace humans if companies are in a position to invest into robotics. Because, again, it boils down to the P&L and the balance sheets of companies. There are going to be some large companies which want to produce at scale, will find it over time that investing today in high capex robotics is going to help them offset the low opex of human workers going forward. But I think at the end of the day, this is also a pretty momentous occasion where you're going to see the shift in designing technologies which are going to be robo first and not really designed for human beings to work with.
Absolutely, Karthik. But there is one thing about collecting data. That is one aspect of it, to collect data to train humanoid, and another is to ensure that the job security remains. Do you feel the government should intervene at this juncture to ensure that all these laborers, workers who are working day and night to help them collect data, their jobs are not going to be taken away in future?
I mean, Samya, that's an altruistic stand for any government to take, because at the end of the day, job creation is not the responsibility of the central government. Job creation and employment becomes actually the responsibility of state governments, but the heavy lifting has to be done by the private sector. The private sector is bound by quarterly results. They've got to show profitability, they've got to show a growth in revenue, and they've got to show a growth path which continues for investors to continue pouring in money. So I think, can you stop innovation? Can you stop an idea which is likely to be implemented across the world? And can you, as a corporate participant, afford to lose out on that race just because you have a social contract with people you employ? At the end of the day, you're not employing them because it's your job to employ people and cater to employment. It is your job to produce goods and services which can be sold to other people. So I think the nature of business defines how much technology will be allowed to enter the workplaces and how much job replacement is going to happen in future.